Well, let me tell you, I did not have some of these things on my bingo card for the crypto markets today, whether that's JP Morgan, Brian Armstrong here in the UK, or a massive merger with Tron. We're going to break down exactly what happened today in the crypto markets, why this is so bullish, and will absolutely send the price much, much higher. And more importantly than that, well, why we should be incredibly optimistic about this week. So I'm going to break it down. Here you hit the like button. Let's get into it. So let's start here. Bitcoin versus the US dollar. It's difficult to feel bearish when you've got a chart that looks like this. Bitcoin ranging in this downward channel, looking for that break to the upside. Now, we've got volatility in the market. I think that's fair to accept. People potentially front running the FOMC flat rate or the craziness. If you didn't catch my video talking about how the Fed could cut rates on Wednesday, you should definitely go and check that out. But objectively, what is it telling us? Bitcoin is coiling for a move. If the tensions between Iran and Israel can diminish, can we get some sort of peace deal? Then I think we're in good shape. If not, we could see some significant volatility. But with all of that happening today, probably one of the craziest things I absolutely did not expect to happen was this. JP Morgan filing for a cryptocurrency trademark. Now, Jamie Dimon, the CEO of JP Morgan, has always been very clear in his stance when it comes to cryptocurrency. He doesn't like it. He doesn't think it has any value. He thinks people waste their money. So guess what? Well, JP Morgan is now preparing to launch another stablecoin following the recent regulatory developments. The JP Morgan Chase, largest US bank institution, will be filing for a cryptocurrency called JPMD. It's likely that the banking behemoth intends to launch its own dollar-backed stablecoin. And I think what's interesting with this is the fact that it will be used with their own in-house or private blockchain as well. The Wall Street Journal last month did report that JP Morgan and several other banks were drawing up plans to issue a joint stablecoin. Now, my opinion here was it ties into the Genius Act. I don't necessarily think it's a good idea, but in my opinion, it absolutely tells us one thing. Institutional investment is sat waiting to flow into this market in numbers we simply can't comprehend. If you've got the biggest banks in the world all looking to try and get a regulated piece of this market, bear in mind, don't forget, JP Morgan is one of the big banks that custody ETF holdings as well. Well, then it tells us exactly what's happening. The ultimate bank coin gained substantial traction, handling over $1 billion worth of transactions per day in the late 2023. And the reality is 2020, JP Morgan launched its private blockchain, Onyx, which again, this is where I think it will all go to. And JP Morgan might be trying to front run the market here and get a jump on the rest of the banks. Who knows? But it definitely isn't something I had on my cards. But this, by the way, is optimistic and very bullish for the wider market, as is this. Tron, one of the biggest blockchains out there, Justin Sun, one of the most probably prominent figures in the industry right now, is now going to be pairing with NASDAQ-listed SRM Entertainment in a major move. The merger could see nearly 300% stock surge price on the back of it, and a TRX anticipated gain will also come in as well. So you've got companies like Trump Media, for example, going big. You've got Solana ETFs. You've got companies integrating decentralized finance with traditional finance, and Tron, as well as Ethereum and many others, are spearheading what that looks like. This while we're going through some big deals in terms of regulations through the Senate and the House. It's all kind of coiling up for a very interesting moment where I think we're going to see a massive move. Double down on the fact that we actually see interest rising in crypto asset inflows from institutions. $13 billion worth of inflows recently. And the US is leading crypto investments while global trends show a varied direction. Again, I talked about this on my earlier video where we talk about interest rates. Actually, where you see pro-cryptocurrency adoption, we're seeing less movement in interest rates. So some of the countries that haven't moved, Japan, Brazil, the US, are probably more of the forerunners when it comes to the crypto market. Is this a key sign to think about? Now, there is a good news story. If you are interested in trading all your favorite cryptocurrencies, check out BitUnix, my new exchange partner. We got a brilliant deal. Remember, no KYC, tradable all over the world. If you are interested, by the way, deposit $1,000, get $200 back on a 20% rebate, and trade over $10 million in volume and bag yourself $1,000 for free. Link is in the description if you are interested. Again, all of your favorite cryptocurrencies. We are obviously offering a $10 futures bonus as well for the first 200 people that sign up. Head over there, deposit, trade, grab yourself some bargains. Okay, with all of that being said, the bullish news with BitUnix and everything else going on, Brian Armstrong, the CEO of Coinbase, held talks with the UK policymakers in London to discuss crypto. Finally, The UK is waking up to what we've been saying all along, that actually there is a market here that we need to be part of. If we're not, we're going to get left behind. And this isn't just about price. This isn't just about adoption. This is about strategic investments in Bitcoin and digital assets. And finally, we're talking to the people that can move this market. We're talking to the people that are already hedged into things like ETFs and much, much more. So I am dead curious to see how this plays out. I think it's going to be really important that the UK finally gets itself into the market. And more importantly, we then could see some more bullish moves. Right, that's it for me. Let me know what you think of all of this in the comments down below. And as always, hit the like button and subscribe. And don't forget, check out that link for BitUnix in the description if you want to trade all your favorite cryptos. See you soon.